Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, MizHoney, coming to you with a review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. This episode is called Text Heard Around the Lake House. Now, the episode picks up where it left off with Wendy and Ashley's bickering back and forth, except now we've got Monique standing up, not Monique, Candiace standing up and singing all loud, and the green-eyed two-headed monsters chiming in, and it's just a whole kerfluffle. Like wouldn't be able to really focus in this situation. And Wendy is continuing to bite. She's calling her a broke. She's calling her a bug, and Robin's trying to get her not to do that, to like calm down. Finally, Chef comes in and says, "Thank you guys, we're done. Thank you for having us." And they break up and go back to their respective rooms. Of course, Wendy and Candiace in the same room. They decide to talk about it. And Wendy kind of just wants to run it by her and figure out, did I go too far? Candiace doesn't tell the truth about it at all. Not even a little bit. Does she tell the truth about the fact that you probably went too far? She does say in the confessional that she may have gone too far, but to Wendy's face, she does not tell her to pull back. She tells her, tomorrow's a new day. Continue to do you. Next morning, we see the ladies get up. We see Robin and Giselle, which is disrespectful as hell, jumping up and down, up and down, up and down on the beds in the guest house. You know, when people do stuff like that, it's ignorant. Anyway, it's disrespectful, is what it is. And they all get together and have like a pancake off. They all wearing their robes that Monique gave them. And it's a cute moment. Everybody's getting along. Ashley is not there, of course. She's still with baby Dean. And it's fun, but it's a lot of chaos, so you really not getting like good conversation. We see where Ashley is in the room with Dean, and she's feeding Dean, and she's trying to get Michael on the phone, but she can't get Michael on the phone. And they pan forward 12 hours where Candiace is getting a text from a friend of hers who got a text from a bartender friend who said that Michael was in the strip club and he was there with strippers. And it said that your friend's husband got a boyfriend and a wife. And like did we already know this though? Didn't we already know this? Maybe we're hoping this is the season that Michael and Ashley will actually admit that they have an open relationship. Maybe, perchance, I don't know. We gonna see. So we have the pancake off, and Monique wins the pancake off. Just by like 4 points. Giselle's pancakes were ugly, but apparently they taste better. Monique's pancakes were beautiful, but they didn't taste that great. And Candiace says it's a metaphor for their relationship. Giselle is ugly on the outside, but tastes good on the inside. Monique is pretty on the outside, but there's nothing good inside. I'm not sure how that was a compliment to Giselle as opposed to Monique. But okay, Candiace. The ladies are gonna go fishing later on, so they go to get dressed to go fishing. Ashley did finally come down to eat breakfast with the ladies, and she's just turned off by the fact that Wendy is once again sort of asserting herself, and it's a bit much. Like, I think Wendy really do need to kind of dial it back a little bit, especially because she's new to the group. But I'm tripping off Robin. Like, Robin is, I mean, she might as well wear like a little cardigan sweater with a G on the front of it, because she is Team Giselle all the way. Even with like correcting little things that the women are doing around, it's all geared towards helping Giselle. You know what I'm saying? Or shading them, or just kind of gathering them a little bit. I was like, oh, okay, I'd be glad when somebody gather Robin. I really, really want to see somebody gather Robin this season and break her all the way down. We see where Giselle goes to take Wendy out for a walk. Instead of going fishing, they're going for a walk. Now, Giselle is dressed in athletic wear and tennis shoes. Wendy got on, I guess it's a Gucci outfit and a Gucci side belt, you know, a side pouch, and some Gucci sandals, slide-in sandals. And them feet, I was just like, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. And basically, Giselle is here to kind of pull Wendy's coattail for focusing on Ashley. We didn't bring you here to focus on Ashley. We want you to focus on getting Karen told. And she's trying to make it seem like she's being helpful and trying to figure what's going on with Wendy out. But she's really there to drop the fact that Karen called Wendy a floozy, fake, or something. You know, some little comment. Of course, Wendy is like, are you kidding me? And she goes through her entire resume. I'm not doing it here because Wendy is doing it here, there, and everywhere. So y'all already know what Wendy has accomplished in her lifetime. And floozy freelancer. And yeah, Giselle is like, yeah, well, you need to focus all your anger on Karen. That's who you need to focus on. I was like, could it be more blatant that Giselle is not only the puppet master, but the bone carrier for this show? Could it possibly be more blatant? We also get to see where Chris calls and says he's not going to be able to cook when the husbands come up on Saturday and swim and fish. So he has decided to have a caterer come out, which means, Monique, you need to call a caterer for Saturday. And Monique is just like, I'm not even finna argue with you. That was a cute little moment, and it was realistic. Okay, so the ladies are gonna go fishing, and no one wants to do it. Monique has this sprawling property. They have all these activities they can do around the property, and she wants to apparently do them all. I mean, the last thing I would have forced these ladies to do was fish. They already got a problem with the country. They already got a problem with the bugs. Like, Giselle says, do we have to do this or can we go swimming? And Monique is like, no, we're going to do this. I was just like, don't dig into this, Monique, please. And so the first few minutes of this whole thing is them complaining. Karen wants to stay on shore. She's going to fish from the dock. Wendy, Ashley, Karen, and Giselle fish from the dock. We see where Monique and Robin get into the paddle boat, and Candiace and Robin get into the paddle boat, and Monique is in her own paddle boat. So Monique is having a serene time. She's done these activities before, and she is, you know, just one of those people. You know, she's a real go-getter. Just like she wants Chris to do all the cooking. Like, it's no big deal. Like, it's a huge undertaking to cook for all of them people. So I get where he coming from. But y'all know, Monique is like Superwoman, right? So Karen, Giselle, Ashley, and Wendy are on the dock. And Wendy approaches Ashley in this way. They're all fishing. This is after everybody's been grossed out and complaining and all of that. And she says, you know, I want to talk to you about last night. Ashley's like, okay, what? And she's like, I mean, I just want to tell you my approach was off, and calling you the B word was definitely out of order. Like, I shouldn't have done that. And Ashley's like, is this an apology? And she's saying, you know, she don't really want to give it. And Ashley's trying to get it from her, and she really don't want to get it. Like, it's so unbecoming. It's so unbecoming. It just is. And we see where Ashley's like, well, I want to apologize because I just went on with it too long. Like, I went on with it too far. And Wendy was like, I appreciate you apologizing first, because that was really, really important to me. And I'm also going to apologize because I can't have you outdoing me by saying that I was wrong for my tone and the way I came at you and the B word. She wasn't going to apologize, though. She wasn't going to apologize. She was going to kind of move around it or whatever. And then she starts talking about how she got emotional when her husband earlier that morning sent her a picture of her little baby. And now we're on this like topic where she's talking mostly about how her baby was born and how the baby was in the NICU and all of this stuff. But I'm like, Wendy, I just don't think you originally started that conversation because of the love of your baby. I think you started that conversation because one, you had been prepped by Candiace, and two, you thought that Ashley was a good target. And I still stand by the fact that she felt like Ashley was showing her up. Okay, because one thing that we're seeing this whole weekend is about competition. When the ladies come back, they're at the lake. Monique has ordered food. Not at the lake, they're at the pool. Monique has ordered food. They all move inside. They're bored. Like, they need to be entertained 24/7. Like, I don't know why they not chilling and swimming and laying by the pool, what the deal is with that. But then they sit around the bar and eat, and it's just like crickets. And then, of course, because Bravo is messy and the producers, they play this montage where everybody say they bored. They feel like they in captivity. They don't want to be there. Who invites their friends to the woods? Like, all of this stuff. I was just like, come on. Come on. Y'all adult. Y'all need to be constantly entertained. Like, going to town. I don't know what to tell you. You if you're not shopping and all of this stuff is boring, like Monique to entertain y'all, you think of a game. You do something. So Giselle does, and she wants to do like a pageant off. And it's supposed to be this competition between Ashley and Candiace. And, you know, it's silly, but it's something that gets the girls out of this complaining. It stops this whole montage shading that they're doing towards Monique. If I didn't know better, I would say that Monique is catching it this season. Not just from the girls, but she catching it from production too. Y'all got a problem with Monique. Why y'all got a problem with Monique? Because she well-rounded. I don't understand that. She diverse. I don't get it. Like, I don't like the way they treat Monique. So this is supposed to be this fun event. Of course, we are constantly seeing where Candiace in the confessional is just being so ugly towards Monique. We're not getting those same things from Monique. And so it's a little off-putting. So the pageant off happens. Candiace wins. Let me just say this. I have an inherent problem with people who do not know how to entertain themselves. If you're looking for me to constantly entertain you, I can't do it. I really don't like needy relationships like that. But anyway, lady's supposed to take a nap and get ready for dinner. Ashley has decided she gonna do 10 things in one. She pumping, she FaceTime, and she got baby Dean there. She trying to get the husband on the phone. If anybody has noticed just how ugly acting Michael is towards Ashley, he tries to hold it in the road, but he's a real penis to her. He really is. Like, when he was in the store, he was like, knock it off, we don't have time for this, I'm telling you, I gotta go, I'm ready to go. And then he was like, oh, no, you taking this baby, right? Like, he really kind of treats her like she's his 13-year-old daughter. Like, he really don't want to talk to her. He really just wanted to see baby Dean for a second, and then he wanted to get off. And she wanted to hold him on the phone and talk to him and engage with him. And he just don't want to do it with her. He just don't want to do it with her. He's bored with her. I'm telling you. They all getting ready for dinner, and Monique has gotten ready, and she hears her phone. Now, the cameras are there in the room with her. She picks up the phone and she looks at it and she's like, what? Wait, what? And it really is not that big of a deal. I thought it was a male strip joint, but it's apparently a female strip joint that he was at. And he was trying to find a woman to take back to the hotel. I mean, it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. One, knowing that they have an open relationship. And two, obviously. And two, it's not even your business. Like, you just made up with her. Like, why are you so flabbergasted about this? So do you go to Karen's room, who is supposed to be like a mother to you, and talk with her, and she just like right across the hall or right downstairs? No. In your high heels and your jumper, you walk down this long country road to Giselle's place and asked to sit with her outside. Now you didn't ask production if they're gonna blur out your friend's name. Y'all gonna blur out my friend's name, right? Because you don't want friend out. Then you sit Giselle down of all people and tell her the whole thing. You want Giselle to help you figure it out. But you and Giselle just started back kind of sort of being copacetic the night before. Like, what? Why would you go all the way down there to tell Giselle? Like, it's a setup. It's a setup. Everything has to go through Giselle. All the ladies, basically, for the most part, are answering to Giselle. They have been just told that Giselle is the team captain here. Everybody playing but Candiace. Because, baby, when Giselle was trying to shade Candiace for being short and then Ashley for having a big forehead, Karen was like, what about your stovepipe legs? I was like, finally somebody says it. Finally somebody says what I have been saying all along, which Giselle is built kind of thickly. She built like her whole body got a little bit of edema in it, right? I'm just saying. It is so messy, and it is clear that production is in on it and Giselle is in on it. I'm not buying it. These ladies are ruthless. Ugh. So the ladies go to dinner, and they're at this like local shrimp billies or Billy Bob's crabs or something like that, child. Overdressed, everything. It's just a regular seafood restaurant, and it's where you crack your own crabs. Like, you don't wear nice things to crack your own crabs. As a matter of fact, I've stopped eating crab legs really because it's messy work, and sometimes I have press-ons on and it'll pop them off. Like, I'm not interested in that. Give me some fried shrimp or some grilled shrimp or some steamed shrimp and a little slaw, something like that. I can enjoy that, but I'm not into crabs anymore. And I used to be really into crabs, but it can be messy business and it's a lot of work, right? Anyway, so Ashley sits right next to her. Of all the places to sit, sits right next to Candiace, and she points that out. Like, at this point, it's so clear that it's staged. Like, they don't have to bring it up. They don't have to bring it up right here, right now. They don't. They're doing it because production is kind of leading it. And Giselle is kind of leading it, spearheading it, and it's got to be done, right? I don't think Monique is in on it. Everybody genuinely is going around the table and having conversation about how's Lazy Moms going. Lazy Moms is great. Chris and I do a podcast. We'd love to have you guys join the podcast. Karen was looking a little flat. And then somebody asked about Juan or Robin started talking about the fact that Juan not letting them, making the kids go to school, and again, snooze. All she does is give us a snore recap of that relationship she got with Juan and them disobedient behind children that she have. And try to judge other people, try to stand on this high place and judge other people and tell them what they should and should be not be doing. You of all people, Robin, you of all people. Anyway, Monique chimes in and says she hires a whole staff for Chris when she's going to be there day and night to help him, and she wish he would do that for her. Robin can feel her on that. Somebody asked Karen about Ray. Does he miss you? Yes, Ray misses me. It's true. I don't know. It's not true. I don't know. Y'all know that Karen goes over the script with Ray every season, and every season he forgets most of his lines. So he just be trying to get off the phone with her. When he would talk to her earlier, he was on his way to play golf, and when he got off the phone with her, he said, "Okay, thanks for calling." You know what I'm saying? Like a business transaction. Now, I love you, honey. I can't wait to see you Saturday. Now, she says that he is coming on Saturday. And so then Monique asked Ashley about how Michael is doing without her and Dean being there. And she was like, oh, yeah, he's fine. For sure. He's been really busy, but he misses us. And it's like a lull in the conversation. And then she says that she don't think he's sleeping well or something, and then Giselle chimes in, he is sleeping well though, isn't he? He doing all right, he is, you know. And she was like, oh yeah, he just really misses us, and he was up all night at the club with some business partners, some dudes, and I think, you know, they just got a little, you know, little Randy out at the club, some guys from MGM. And so Monique was like, I've got to tell her. No, you don't, Monique. You don't have to say a word. You certainly don't have to bring it up here at the table with the ladies. Like, I don't really feel like this is a big deal. I don't feel like this is a big deal because season after season, this is Ashley's storyline. The stuff that Michael is doing out here in these streets, pussy popping, you know what I'm saying? Like, this how he live, and she's co-signed on it. It's not that big of a deal. Like, at this point, I'm bored with it. And so Candiace really feels like she has to tell her. Meanwhile, when Karen gets done talking about Ray, Wendy says that she doesn't think that Karen is a bad person, but she thinks she's phony, and she thinks that she's fake with friends, and she's not being honest about what's going on. Like, Wendy, this your first season. Shut up. Be quiet. Just be quiet. I wouldn't even mind like confessional Wendy, but just how demonstrative she is. She's borderline obnoxious, in my opinion. Of course, she announced that she apologized to Ashley, which she did apologize to Ashley only after Ashley gave her an apology first. Again, everything's a competition with Wendy, and I'm convinced of that. But Ashley's like, I gotta tell her. So how the episode kind of goes off is we see where Candiace is saying, so Ashley, and it's like to be continued. And then all the credits we see after that are, all of the scenes from next episode we see where the girls are back at home, where the guys come for that Saturday. Then the ladies are back at home. Ashley's having dinner with Michael, and she's asking him if any of this stuff that Candiace said is true, and he's like, well, something did happen when I was in Vegas. And then there's this long pause, and then it goes off. Like, I don't know. I don't find it salacious anymore. I feel like this is their relationship. So either it's not happening and they're setting it up like it is happening to make it seem like something going on with them, or it's an everyday occurrence with them and we all should just get over it. Like, when are we going to be done being shocked about threesomes or people being gay or gay sex or straight sex? So, like, when are we going to be done with all of the shock and about it? Like, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think of this episode. Put it down below. What y'all think of Wendy? You feel better now that she's come out and said that, she feel like, the situation with her baby and being straight. Like, do y'all feel better now that she apologized and her and Ashley kind of squashed it? What do y'all think about what Giselle is doing? Like, it is so clear that she's on this BS train. I really would love it if they would put Karen and Giselle in a cage and let them just hash it out. I feel like Karen still got some more jewels in her in her arsenal for Giselle, and I would just love to hear it. And do you, like me, also want to see Robin get roasted and then ousted off of this show? Put it down below. Until next time, honeybees, mwah, mwah, mwah. I love.